Triple Dog Dare is an artisan shaving soap from Adopted Acre Soap Company, created by Doug and his family on their Ohio farm. It was originally introduced in 2026 as an entry in the Community Blizzard Battles Artisan Competition, where soap makers compete to create the most effective cooling shave soaps. The fragrance of Triple Dog Dare starts with juicy fruit and citrus before transitioning into a crisp marine freshness. The floral heart keeps it refined, while the cashmere, sandalwood, tonka, moss, and musk provide a smooth, warm finish. Even though it's built around a cooling theme, it isn't simply minty. It has considerably more depth than many traditional menthol soaps. Because Triple Dog Dare was specifically designed for the Blizzard Battles competition, cooling is one of its defining characteristics. If you enjoy soaps like the Cajun Blade Sub-Zero, Chisel Face Cryogen, or other high mentholated offerings, Triple Dog Dare is intended to compete in that category. The label has also received a lot of praise. It features humorous farm-themed artwork inspired by the famous line from A Christmas Story, "I Triple Dog Dare You," with playful farm animals reinforcing the fun personality of the soap. Reviewers frequently commented that the artwork is one of the highlights of the release. Hello everyone, Nick here. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. So what's the big deal with these heavily mentholated shaving soaps? Well, I didn't know, so I went and asked. And the response I got was pretty eye-opening. Actually, it is a really big deal. I didn't know, but now I know. It turns out that heavily mentholated shaving soaps are super hard to lather because the menthol crystals interfere with the shaving soap's surface tension. That's very interesting. What the artisans do to combat the negative effects of the menthol crystals is they heavily load their soaps with oils, butters, and other ingredients that actually suppress the foam. So it seems like all the ingredients they're putting in these shave soaps are actually fighting against each other to suppress a big, giant, luxurious lather. And so that presents a whole different problem. So we all know that building a big lather is my favorite part of the shave. And I really want to see what I can do with one of these heavily mentholated soaps. Here I have Triple Dog Dare from Adopted Acre Soap Company. And I've got to tell you, this smells like medicine. It's so heavily mentholated. The strongest mentholated soap I've ever used is Paraso Green. So this is going to be like a kick in the pants. And with that being said, not everybody can use heavily mentholated soaps. It's not for everybody. It is an acquired taste. And today I'm going to find out if I like that taste. So let's continue with the rest of the stuff that I'm going to be using. I do have the Triple Dog Dare Aftershave Splash. I'm going to be shaving off my whiskers with this Maxwell June. This has the, let's see if I can get it to focus for you. This has the EX top cap on it. I don't know if that's coming up there. This was sent to me from my buddy Wes over at Tennessee Whiskey Shaving. Go check out his channel. He's got a great channel. He actually sent me the soap and the splash too, so I could test drive it because I've never used a heavily mentholated soap. Like I said, Paraso is the heaviest mentholated soap I've ever used, so this is very exciting. I have my Shave Nation Allen block. I've got my witch hazel here because I didn't see any witch hazel in the ingredients of that aftershave splash, so I'm going to be going with it. I think even if it did have witch hazel, I'd probably still splash some of this on anyway. I've got my bougie sprayer here with distilled water. The brush I'm going to be using is this Mopane Wood Shave Brush by Abominable Creations. This also has Chris's 70-30 knot in it. I've had it soaking in some hot water for some time, and I do have it properly broke in. You see the picture here. I beat the shit out of this knot, and it feels so soft and luxurious. Actually feels like it's been used for 50 years. And here's the coin down here. Let's see if I can get the lighting there. That is his Voodoo Yeti coin there. Really cool. This is a very nice brush. I'm not going to say too much about this brush here. I'm going to be doing a proper review of all my Abominable Creation brushes. So let's get this brush loaded. I am going to dip it in the water a little bit, and it has been soaking, but I am going to just take all the water out of here. I've got my soap here. Thanks, Wes. I appreciate it. That is just straight up medicine, man. We're going to see how it goes. So I'm just going to go ahead and load this up. I'm not going to keep track of how long. I'm just going to load it until I feel like it's properly loaded. And I've never used this brush before because I'm a tub loader. And, you know, when you're exfoliating your whiskers and stuff, what you're doing with your brush too is you're actually removing dirt and dead skin from your face, which does cause skin irritation and can help the razor cause razor burn. And yeah, if I'm going to tub load this and I'm going to send it to somebody else, I'm actually sending it to my man Chad when I'm done with this, and he's going to take it for a test run. But just knowing that somebody else is going to put this soap on their face, I feel much better just using a shave brush that has never been used before. Yeah, we're going to get this guy loaded up, and that looks like, how long have I been loading? I actually didn't even keep track. Like I said, I wasn't going to, and now I'm trying to check the time. But I like a heavy load, especially with this formula here. Allegedly, it's hard to build a big luxurious lather with these guys, so I got a hair right here that I'm going to remove, and we'll set that guy down over here. No pre-shave. I'm going to get my face wet here, and let's get this soap on, and let's start talking about this soap a little bit. So this is Triple Dog Dare from Adopted Acre Soap Company. This is to be fun, right? This is not, it's not serious, you know. It's just awesome soap. I mean, I guess if you take the blizzard battles that Barry's doing serious, then yeah, it is serious. But for us here that review these products and shave with these products, it's just fun for us, because sometimes we just get so caught up in doing, and it's monotonous, doing the same thing over and over and over, that, you know, doing something like this is it's fun. Get something different, get something really fun. So with that said, it's a playful frigid scent profile, you know, with scent notes of, well, the top scent note is frozen flagpole, middle notes of warm winter clothes, and base notes of bad decisions. So if anything has bad decisions on it, yeah, I'm going to be attracted to that. So I'm going to get some more water. I'm going to just slowly add water, because I've never used a soap that's this heavily mentholated. I don't want to rush it. And we know that building a good lather is all about adding soap or adding water very slowly. This is really cold. I can tell right away. So this soap is delivering an intense skin freezing chill right off the bat, and actually smells very fresh, like, I don't know, like laundry, like winter. Yeah, this is very interesting. So I didn't agitate it very much there. But we're going to keep going, and I've been very, very interested about these heavily mentholated soaps, but I've never pulled the trigger to get one and use one. But Wes sent it to me, so thank you so much, Wes. I really appreciate that, brother. We all know that, I'm just going to talk about it a little bit because I didn't know, but now I know, and it's very interesting to me. Menthol is a crystalline cooling agent, and it's either synthetic or natural, you know, rather than a surfactant. And if you watch my other shave video on how to build a lather, we all learned what a surfactant was, right? A surfactant in shave soap. It's actually the active ingredient responsible for creating a thick protective lather, trapping moisture, and allowing the razor to glide smoothly over your skin and reducing irritation and razor burn and all that good jazz. So menthol definitely doesn't activate, or I'm sorry, not activate, but actively contribute to the foam, the cushion, or the slickness. In fact, it does the exact opposite. If you find an artisan who can make a heavily mentholated soap that performs well, you know that individual understands his art. Enough with the technical stuff. Let's just start building a lather here.
Step inside where the mirrors glow, old school chairs and a steady flow, hot towel steam like a desert breeze, steel and silence, a man at ease. Brush in hand, hear the rhythm begin, circles dancing across the skin. Time slows down, the world fades away. At El Mescalero, we do it our way. I hear the whisper of the blade so clean, feel the craft in every scene. We're building clouds of leather up to the lather dome, in a place where every man can feel at home. From a D-razor glide to a straight razor tone. Yeah, El Mescalero shaving, this is where it's home. Smooth like thunder, sharp like chrome, building clouds of leather up to the leather dome. Bottle clinks after shaving the air, notes of cedar wood bold and rare. Edge meets stubble with a careful hand, a ritual only few understand. Steel sings low as it clears the way, every stroke keeps the rough at bay. Old traditions in a modern day, carved in lather we find our stay. Hear the whisper of the blade so true, every past reveals the new. We're building clouds of leather up to the just the art and the blade. In every line a legacy made. From father to son, the stories are told. In silver, steel, and brushes of gold. We're building clouds of leather up to the lava dome, where the edge meets skin like a poet's poem. From a D-razor glide to a straight razor throne. Let El Mescalero shave and you'll never shave alone. Smooth like thunder, sharp like chrome. Building clouds of leather up to the leather dome.
All right, well, taking into consideration how hard these soaps are to lather, I think I built myself a beautiful, beautiful lather there. If you guys could see how shiny it is in the brush here. If you guys could see how shiny, yeah, you can see that. This is so hydrated here. Very, very hydrated. Very, very nice, high-performing, low-density lather here. Let's check the peaks, see what the peaks tell us. Oh, yeah, that's ready to go. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so I am going to take my razor. Thanks, Wes. I appreciate it, brother. We're going to start right over here. And I have to say that this, when I was building the lather, I was considering, you know, is this normal for my face to feel this cold? Because my face does feel like it's actually frozen. It hasn't really affected my eyes yet, but it is super, super powerful. And like I said, I was questioning, supposed to be feeling this cold? Because it actually feels like ice on my face. Let's go and let's see what this Maxwell June's all about. I'm really excited to use this razor. So right off the bat, I'm going to say this razor does feel, even though it has the EX plate on it, it does feel like it's very in the mid-range as far as efficiency. Feels very, very safe. Feels like it has a fixed angle where you have to get that angle right. It may be just me. This is my first time using it, but that's just first impressions on my part. I really appreciate everybody sending me their razors so I could test drive them. There's a couple of razors where I test drove and I was like, oh man, this is amazing. I have to get this razor. And I've gone out and made a couple of purchases on some razors. So thank you to my brother Siraj for sending me some razors to test drive. The 2 out of the 3 you sent me were just phenomenal razors. I actually went out and bought 2 of them. 2 out of the 3. And like I said, yeah, I really appreciate it because then I'm actually just not adding random razors to my collection. I'm actually adding razors that are really, really good razors in my opinion for my face, for my skin type. Oh, this is a perfect razor for under your nose area. All right, looks like I got a little bit of soap running down my neck here. I'm gonna clean that off real quick and dry my hands off. We'll get ready for this second pass here. This shave brush here still has tons and tons of soap on it. And that's the thing about these natural hair lathers, you know, maybe it didn't all get on your face, you know, so you could show it off or get a nice thumbnail or whatnot, but there's tons of it that's in here. Oh, wow. And that is freezing, freezing. That's actually way, way colder than the first, lather I had on my face. Whoa, that's cold. All right. I'm glad it's really, really hot outside. So you guys know me. I do not mind being cold. If the temperature is, I don't know, let's say between 35, 43 degrees outside, perfect for me. I'm out there all day. Once it gets 70 degrees, that's when you start hearing me complain. It's too damn hot. I'm coming inside. In the wintertime, I'm out there all day. My wife is constantly checking on me. Are you okay out here? It is so cold out here. I'm like, it's perfect out here. The days that we have 15 below, 20 below, I just bundled up really good. I go out there. As long as you're out there working and you're not busting a sweat, you'll be fine. Well, when it's that cold, when it's below, when it's 15, 20 below, and you're out there working, you do not want to bust a sweat. If you do bust a sweat, you need to come inside, dry off, because that will have very negative effects on you. So anyway, I'm going to take this guy. I dipped him in the water already, and we're going to go against the grain here. You know, I forgot to mention it earlier, but I have a Tatra blade in here. I took it out to test drive another razor that was sent to me because I originally used a feather to test drive another razor, and that was very aggressive with that feather. And I started off with feathers. I've always used feathers. I don't know what happened to that feather, but I found this Tatra on my magnet here, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what happened to that feather. But I had the Tatra, so I just put a Tatra blade in here. Well, that's it for my pass against the grain. I'm going to rinse off. And I am rinsing off with really cold water today. Let's see where we're at. Oh, yeah. Oh, nice shave. Perfect. I don't need no touch-up or anything anywhere. Oh, maybe right here. Maybe. And this soap. So much residual there. I could use the residual just to touch up a little bit right here. A little bit towards the center here. Yeah, that's it. All right, great shave. I'm going to rinse off really good here. Yeah, I actually got BBS with that razor. Very nice razor. There's a lot of residual here. Really good soap. Of course, it's Adopted Acre soap, so it's really, really good soap. All right, I'm dipping my alum block here in the water, and let's see what it tells me. I have nothing here. Nothing here. My face is frozen though, so it's so cold that even if I was getting a little bit of a zing or tingle somewhere, I'm not even sure if I would feel it, because my face is so frozen right now, as I really don't feel anything anywhere. And usually you feel a little tingle, even if it's not a zing or a burn or a sting or whatever, you know, but I feel nothing. My face is so frozen right now. All right, I'm going to let this sit on my face for about 30 seconds, then I'll rinse it off. All right, I'm rinsed off, dried off pretty good here. I felt like I was stepping on something here. I've got my witch hazel bottle here. I guess I'll look for it afterwards. So anyway, here's my witch hazel bottle. I'm going to get this in my hand here. And spilling a little bit of it. Get it on my face here. Love this witch hazel. Great, great stuff. Got the aftershave splash here. I'm going to just shake the snot out of it really good here. Yeah, I thought it was going to do that. Kind of squirted out a little bit when I popped that cap. So can you see what I'm doing? All right, you can see. So I'm going to get a lot thicker than I thought it was going to be. Let's get a little bit more. There we go. That's enough. Not too much, but that's enough there. Get it on my hand. See how cold this stuff is. Oh, that smells lovely. Oh, that smells good. You get past that menthol. Oh, nice. Right on. Doug, you did a good job with that. That smells really, really good. The soap, well, my man, that smells just like medicine. Vicks Vapor Rub or something like that. Super, super powerful. Oh, man, my face is so frozen right now. I feel so good because it's so hot outside. So I'm perfectly set up to go outside right now in that 90-degree weather. So the soap, yeah, I would say this soap is not for everybody. Yeah, if you know somebody that has it and you want to try it, ask them if you could, you know, if you could test drive it. And I wouldn't go out and buy a full tub of it if you're not sure if you're going to like it or not. Yeah, I would go out and get it personally. I love it. I think it's awesome. The splash, I could feel it in my eyes. I could feel it in my nose here. Yeah, but I don't mind. I like that. It's actually getting into my eyes big time right now. But it's not bothering me. I could just feel it. So yeah, this is super, super potent stuff. It built a great lather. Doug, I think you did a fantastic job with this soap. The aftershave splash smells really, really nice. So I am freezing right now. The Maxwell June, thank you, Wes. I appreciate it, brother. This was a good razor. I really liked it. It does have a fixed angle, and even with the EX plate, although I did get a BBS shave, it's not super, super aggressive. Will I go out and get it? Probably not. But I'm really glad I had the opportunity to test drive it because now I know. My Abominable Creations Mopane wood brush. Beautiful, beautiful brush. This is my first time using this 70-30 knot. I thought it was a really, really good knot. It's got a little tiny bit of scritchiness to it. I think I worked out all the scritchiness, to be honest with you. But it is a really nice tool. It's got the boar bristles in it that gives it a really, really nice backbone, you know, so you could work the lather the way you need to. And it's got the badger hair in there. That way you can, you know, it holds a lot of water. There's a lot of water retention there. And yeah, it's just a really, really good tool. I really dig this 70-30 knot. Will I get another one? I don't know. I'm going to have to use it a few more times. I'm just such a, what am I trying to say? I'm just so used to my badger knots and my boar knots and my synthetic knots. Putting a badger boar together like this, maybe it is fantastic. Maybe I will change my mind, but I have to use it a few times. I don't want to pass judgment on it right now. So, but it was a really good tool. So I'll have to continue to use it and experiment with it for science. Yeah, I'm glad I got to test drive it. Thank you guys for being such a great community. I really appreciate it. Give me the opportunity to come in here and experiment with these things, find out what I like. The soap, yeah, I like that soap. That's awesome. My face is frozen right now. So anyway, guys, if you notice, my eyes are definitely starting to water. I don't know if it's coming up on camera there. Real potent stuff. But like I say, it's not like terrible, you know, where it's bothering me. It's just something that I noticed. So anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. I'll catch you guys on the next one. You guys take care of yourselves here. God bless.